It's a cold, dark night in the middle of winter. It's freezing out, and I'm sitting in a outdoor hockey rink, and I'm 8 years old. Everybody's left, and there's one person left in the hockey rink, and he's about to close up everything. And he comes to me, he says, "Where's your ride home? Do you need a ride home?" And I say, "Don't worry about it. My dad will be here soon." And so he goes, "Well, okay, but I'm turning off the lights now. We've got to go." I say, "No problem. I've got my hockey outfit on, and my dad's going to show." All the lights in the rink go out, and the only person left is me. And I sit there and I wait. Time goes by, half an hour, and I realize nobody's coming to get me. Finally, I get up. I've got my hockey skates on and my hockey uniform, my hockey stick, and I start walking into the cold night. I walk about a half a mile to get to a main street, and then I walk down the side of the street with my hockey skates on and all my gear, and I walk about half a mile to my grandmother's house. That is a story. Now, what is how to give the speech of your life? What are the mistakes that speakers make? Let's begin with the positive. A positive would be a story that is compelling, draws in your audience into a story and just captures them in the first second of your speech. Stories get attention, and people will always remember what you have to say when you give a speech that is in fact a story. So this is so underused by speakers. Stories get attention and they capture, but what are the biggest mistakes that public speakers make? Number one, when you see someone on the podium reading from prepared notes, you know they're not prepared. You know that they're not ready to give a speech. If that person had to have written notes and is reading from them, what time did they spend preparing this speech? Nothing. And the audience goes to sleep when they see that the speaker is reading from prepared notes. You're sending a message with that you don't know what you're doing and you're an amateur. Burn your notes. If you prepare properly, you'll never need notes. The second mistake, over-reliance on PowerPoints. Nobody is going to pay attention to your PowerPoint. And you see so many speakers looking back at the screen and just reading from a PowerPoint presentation. You don't need to do that. Speak from the heart, be real, and tell stories. Those three simple things are the key to giving the speech of your life. Stay off the podium. You see speakers get up there and they seem pompous, but when you're at the podium, you're sending a message that you are better and superior to your audience. Get off the podium. Walk among the people. Call them out by name. Be yourself. And get off the podium. Avoid purposeless body movement basically means, how many speakers do you see that they're nervous, they're fidgety, and they're moving from one place to the next on the stage, and their hands are all over the place, but their nonverbal communication is absolutely pointless, and you can tell by the way that they're giving their speech that they're very nervous. And when they move around on the stage, and they stare at the ground, and they stare at the ceiling, they don't actually have any awareness of their nonverbal communication at all. And they're sending you a simple message that they prepared no time on the nonverbal communication. Let's give a positive of what could be done. I gave a speech at Max Law 19, and part of the speech was about how useless these little guides are as books. So lawyers write these little guides, and then they go around saying, oh, look, I've got a book, I'm an author, blah, blah, blah. Those guides are worthless in my opinion. So what I did was I took a trash can, I filled the trash can with dozens and dozens of these little guides, and at the very end of my speech, to make the point, I lifted the garbage can above my head and I dumped all these little guides out during my speech. Now, what is the point? Would anyone remember anything that I had to say? Probably not. But would they remember that I took that garbage can full of little guides and dumped them out on the floor? People say they just can't get that vision out of their head. That's the power of nonverbal communication. So what you need to do as a speaker basically is be real, speak from the heart, and tell stories. The scriptures are full of stories that Jesus gave, and the reason for that is because that is what people remember. Stories capture the imagination, and the next time you give a speech, instead of saying, "Thank you, I'm so honored to be here, wasn't that a great speech given by Joe?" But don't bother with that. You're losing your audience's attention in the first 5 seconds of your speech. You need to get right into your story with the first words out of your mouth. That is the key to giving the speech of your life. If you liked this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, share this video with friends or family members or other lawyers who you think might like it, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care.